This is like my 5th recording of this video, so unfortunately I have ran out of Celsius. You will be missed. The first 2 times the mic was upside down and I didn't have the pop filter on, and the next couple times I just wasn't happy with the commentary, and also there's a lot of people walking their dogs today. There's a lot of, look at him go. I can't show him you. I don't feel like readjusting the camera. I can't believe I'm saying this again, but it's been a while. And guess what? Real life happens. And I was unfortunately not able to consistently keep up with the channel the way I wanted to, just because of family, interpersonal, and school-related stuff. But let's go back to when I started this channel. Story time. About 1.5 years ago, that is a really loud helicopter. About 1.5 years. Hold on. Okay. About 1.5 years ago, I originally started this channel because I told my dad, hey, I'm kind of burnt out from school, so do you mind if I take a gap semester? He's like, well, okay, but what do you plan to do? And I know he wanted me to do something, and at first I was just going to say, you know what, I could just work full-time instead of part-time. But then I was like, hey, I want to try something different, and so how about I try creating a YouTube channel? He's like, you know what, sure, go ahead. And thank you to you guys, because that channel, this channel, it gained an immense amount of traction. Not only that, but it created a community that has, for the most part, been extremely productive, and I'm so grateful for that, because not only am I teaching you guys are teaching yourself things, you're teaching other people things, and you're teaching me things. You know, this comment section, it has not had a hint of any condescending nature on any of my videos thus far, and I heavily appreciate that, because for the most part it's just been an extremely, you know, helpful community to benefit from. And I appreciate that you guys have been welcoming to each other, but also me. Now, lo and behold, the irony of it all. About 1 year ago, some stuff started to pick up, and there was just a lot of baggage to carry. There was interpersonal, family stuff, school, all at the same time. And I'm like, ooh, this is a lot. And a lot of that took me away from art, but at the same time, I kept on pushing it, and it made me burnt out. Yeah, right? The irony. Because here I am stopping my education. That way I can pursue art, and now I'm burnt out from art. And it's like, what do you do? And the issue is that for me, art was a safe space. Art is always going to be a safe space, because it didn't matter if when I was younger in school or at a family gathering, if I wasn't socializing with people, I could just like huddle in the corner and then just start sketching something on a pad. And that would feel comfortable to me. I could express myself. I could draw on my interests. I could do whatever I got to do. And nobody would bat an eye, right? So it sucks, because the one thing that feels like a safe space to you, suddenly you can't go there right now, you know? And it's like, it's not to say that I don't have other things where it's like, oh yeah, these are my hobbies, these are my interests, these are things that keep me preoccupied. But unfortunately, I can't, you know, test 600 milligrams of different kinds of caffeine in a day, because that's not safe. And I can't average 90 miles an hour wherever I'm driving, just because that's also not safe, because I like to drive fast in my car. You know, I like tea and I like driving, but at the rate I want to do them, you know, probably not the smartest idea, so you avoid them. Art is different because it's safe. You can indulge in it. You can leverage it better. You can learn from it. You can grow from it. You can create something with it, and it's not going to try and kill you unless you get so locked in that you aren't eating, but that's a different conversation, right? And so what sucked is I got so preoccupied with other stuff, and I kept on trying to force art, that I actually got burnt out by it. And it's like, well, shoot, Now, the one thing that I could benefit from is like I can't go back there right now. Like, what do I do? And that really sucked. And what made it beneficial was the fact that you guys existed. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not glazing Twitter and I'm not glazing Instagram or anything, because I don't like social media platforms that much, but at the same time, I like being able to interact with you guys and everything else. Let's say I'm doom scrolling through Instagram, right? I have like the desire to draw something, but maybe the motivation isn't there. Maybe the inspiration isn't there. Maybe I'm just not being able to think up definitive ideas for how I want to present an artwork or a piece, or I'm not able to generate any sort of idea for a composition that's going to be different, right? I'm not having any new thoughts about how I could switch in my art process or improve how I paint, improve how I draw backgrounds. When I go on social media and I see other artists doing that stuff, I get inspired. And the thing for me is that when I took a break, the community did not stop. The art community does not stop. There is always going to be somebody that is drawing, somebody that is going to be improving. And that is so lovely to me. It is lovely because I have something to come back to in case I do need the break, right? It is lovely because if I am sitting there and I'm lacking in motivation and I take a break and I just stop improving, I could come back to an artist mutual who didn't stop, and during that time they may have learned something that I didn't learn, and they can teach me that, right? And it's funny because here I am the teacher. I'm supposed to be teaching you guys, and yet when I took a break and when I like feel funky, some of you guys aren't stopping. The people I'm teaching are then improving, and some of you guys would even get better than me, and then I like look at your stuff and I'm like, holy crap, right? And that's what I think is so impressive, is because like especially when you drop your ego and you're like not holding yourself above other people, but you're able to learn from other people regardless of how far they've expanded on social media, how good of an artist they are, and you're able to just like look at the things that they know that they're doing, or like look at their improvement, look at their consistency, look at their quantity, quality, etc., and you intake it and you're like, wow, this person is really skilled at that person is really skilled at that person is, they're taking off on this, and I'm like, dude, y'all are impressive. Y'all are extremely impressive. And I appreciate that because lately I've been trying to get back into it. Things have settled down and I'm in a position now, not entirely because I'm still going to have school, but I'm able to focus back on art again. And what I appreciate the most is the fact that y'all are motivating me. And whereas I would be your teacher, you guys have taught me as well, right? So, the thing for me is like the way I want to do art is I wanted to, teach people a couple things. I wanted to create a community that's centralized around art, but then it would just, delve into just simple communication. And, whether it be through artwork or a piece or just moral value, like how some people, they'll even teach through a story. Like a lot of mangakas, they'll teach values through their manga. Like, obviously, let's think about like our main shonen characters for Bleach and Naruto and My Hero Academia, just stuff like that. It's like Demon Slayer, like Tanjiro, extremely inspirational as a character, right? Rengoku, extremely inspirational as a character. And we'll take from that. I wonder if you guys can hear the sheep. I really hope not. I don't know if I want to do a 6 recording because, you guys are just going to have to deal with the sheep ASMR. Okay. Anyways. And I want to do something like that. Right? And I realize that the thing is, I might not be there yet. Mainly because I'm not able to make it as consistently. I still have school and work, right? But what I am able to do is I am able to create for the people that can. Whether that means making fan art for a certain artist, and helping boost that community, whether it means making artists for VTubers or VTuber companies or even idol companies, or even one day, someday becoming a VTuber myself, which is not a bad idea, something I thought about. But it is the community that leverages around creativity. It is the community that leverages around not just art, but human creation as a whole. That I really think it's possible to just grow from and get inspired. You know, and I know the art community can be toxic and whatnot. And I know I'm gonna experience it one day, but as of right now, I've felt nothing but love and respect and improvement from you guys. Teaching, humbleness, honesty, constructive criticism, and those are all things that I want. Those are all things that I could take, even the criticism part, because I want to improve as an artist, right? And I appreciate that. I heavily appreciate somebody being honest with me and being like, dude, you know, like sometimes you just gotta draw. I am so grateful for that, because you need that sort of honesty. You need that sort of grit to just, you know what, suck it up and say, I'm just gonna do the thing because I want to do the thing that badly, and I'm making excuses for myself, and I don't really want to make those excuses, right? And the other thing is, like, in my real life social circles, I don't always feel like I have the chance to fully express myself. Meanwhile, with art and y'all degenerates on the internet, I know there are some of you out there, because I talk with you guys. I talk with you guys. I am able to just express myself properly. I am able to be myself. I am able to create the stuff I want to create, talk about the stuff I want to talk about, and, you know, have conversations based around the things that I'm interested in, whether it be the media that I'm drawing and or the media, or sorry, indigestion, the art itself, right? Because that's something else that you guys have given me, is the ability to just be myself, and I really appreciate that. And I want you to understand, like, when I'm saying this all, I don't mean this in the sense of, like, you know, this person does this or this person does that. I mean, everybody has the potential to inspire, and you won't know until it happens, but trust me, it's gonna happen. There have been so many of you people that I might see on Instagram or Twitter, where it doesn't matter if you're small scale, large scale, like I said, it is your work ethic. It is your attention to detail. It is your ability to say, I want to improve, that is inspiring me more than the actual quality of something, right? Because if I see that, and or I see the attempt, and or I see you asking questions, for me, that is more than enough to get inspired. And I think what it is the fact that in a lot of you guys, and I'm not holding myself on a pedestal, by the way. I think we're all at equal level, mind you. But for a lot of you guys, I see a younger version of me, a more ambitious version of me, and somebody who is more consistent. And so to the current me, who's just coming out of burnout, might even still be a little bit, it's motivating, because I see that younger version of myself and I think to myself, I want to get back to being like that. Because there was one point in time where I was doing a lot at the same time. I was helping with my family, I was studying Japanese, and I was doing art, and I was even making videos all at the same time. And I'm like, oh, how did I do that? How did I actually manage to do that? And I'm trying to get back into that headspace. I'm trying to get back into that position where I am that productive and that successful, because that is the kind of man that I want to be, right? That is the kind of person that I want to present to my own community as it starts to grow, as it starts to improve, because I appreciate you guys. And I want to give you guys something stable to work with, something inspirational to work with, something that you can actually grow from. And I'm not just like giving you guys bull crap, right? And so, like I said, maybe Maybe a VTuber one day. I don't know. But the thing is, just creating a community based around the arts as a whole would be nice. And based around that motivation, based around inspiring creativity, not just in the sense of teaching and learning, but just exploring everything, right? Exploring ideas, exploring concepts, and having discussions that aren't primarily based around like fundamental knowledge. Diving into the complexities of things. And I'd really like to do that. So like I said, I do appreciate you guys. Even if I don't know you, I've stumbled across people's artwork who I haven't had the chance to talk to, and we all do that. But it doesn't make it any less inspirational. It doesn't make me want to draw any less, simply because I don't know this person. In fact, a part of me might want to draw more just so I could eventually one day get the chance to have a conversation with somebody, right? And so that is exactly what I've been feeling. That is exactly what I've been feeling from the art community. And like I said, I am so grateful that the most I've gotten from you guys was constructive criticism, and that's exactly what I want. I haven't felt the condescending nature of people. I haven't felt like I was chastised or outed by somebody. I haven't felt, like somebody is trying to bash on my art. And like I said, I know it's going to happen one day. But right now, y'all are amazing. And I appreciate everything that you guys have done. Even if you don't feel like you deserve that thanks. Because you don't realize how much impact you have until you see it in effect. And trust me, a lot of you guys have more impact than you think. So, I appreciate y'all. I really hope to go further with this channel. And I really hope to go further with, my own art as a whole. So, love y'all. Bye. Take care. Drink a Celsius. Unless you have a heart condition. I don't know. All right, bye.